All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rukakwadash.
Rukakwadash.
Double honor to our apostles, the elders, the great millstone. Shalom. Salutations to the ones out there with the sincere faith of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. Shalom. So basically, we came up with a topic as far as about putting in work. And you see, as you get older in the truth, it's going to be more and more work provided unto you. So understanding your lot and mastering your lot is highly critical in this truth. But whenever you want to bring out Matthews,
Come.
what are you about to get though?
Oh, I was going to get this.
I'm going to get it then. This is Matthews 9 and 37. So it said, then said he unto his disciples, The harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. So basically, as you see, when you come into the harvest, you pray for more harvest, and then you got to understand, you got to put in work regardless, because you got to get, there's more harvest coming unto you. Business is booming, and basically you got to, as me and this brother was talking before the camera came on, basically having a strength of mental, and you got to, sometimes things happen, and you be like, Satan or whatever, and you read the scriptures, you get with bros, you realize you got to get back into the harvest. Saturdays is one of our golden, that's game day, baby.
Yeah, that's the day of the battle. That's the day you work the hardest.
Yeah.
Because we were supposed to work all the time. I think we got it in the list of scriptures. I'm gonna read it. What is it in Timothy's? Study to show thyself approved.
Yeah,
right?
2:15.
Yeah, second, right? 2 Timothy.
Yep, 2 Timothy.
2 Timothy's 2:15, and it says, it says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. The word for study is spoudazo, which means to work, to labor. So you put in work. Because this whole thing of ours is tedious. You study so you can rightly divide the word of truth. So ultimately, you put in labor just to put in more labor, And we ain't supposed to hate the laborious work like the scriptures say, because we go through what we go through, but at the end of the day, it's still a labor that we're doing. We're all working, spiritually, carnally and spiritually, mostly spiritually, because that's what matters the most. But we put in that work.
Yep. Now, real quick, I just wanted to speak on this. It says, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed. Right? So it's constantly, you're dibbling and dabbling into things, or into your main thing, because you don't want to be ashamed of you had this plan and you fell short. But the whole thing, it says that needeth not to be ashamed. So you cultivate your lot and get busy with your lot, and you understand, this is what I got to go through. Maybe the Lord could provide a better lot. Just master that one. Yeah, and that's what basically like the brother was talking about spiritually. Maybe you get a better lot, or you get a bigger lot, and it's not necessarily good for you. And then maybe the Lord is just showing you that, look, hey, just go back to the smaller lot and then master that, and then when you get the bigger lot, it'll be easier. It would be better to contain.
Yeah, like it says in Sirach, what is giving you, think upon there with great reverence. Let me get that real quick. This is Sirach. Was that Sirach 3? I think. Let me try to find it real quick.
All right, I'm gonna get the one. 2 Ezra 7 and 18.
Mm-hmm. Here we are. Sirach 3 and 21. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee. Right. Because sometimes you think you might set a goal for yourself, and the truth, you're like, yo, I'm gonna do 5 lessons a week. Of course the commandment was what, to do 3, but then you think you can handle 5, and then you realize you can't do it. You go back to 3. Work on that, because that's a task within itself. Like the scriptures speak about husbandry a lot. When in this thing of ours, we study. We put in time, we put in a lot of effort. We make the videos and things like that. All those things is work. If you brothers that have more than one job, when you in the ministry, it's like having another job. Because this comes right after work.
Yeah.
You might go straight to read, or straight to study,
Con.
or straight to camp. Some brothers that do camp 3 times a week.
Yup.
It's a job, brother.
Yup, it's getting off one job, going to the next.
Yep. It says, neither search the things that are above thy strength, right? Because there's levels to it. The like we read that we opened up with what the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. There's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of ground to cover. The more you grow, the more ground you got to cover too, and things like that.
Yeah.
You got to do more. More is expected of you from the Lord, not even just from the men around you. Because the Lord's gonna require you to be on a certain level.
Yeah, I got
Go
one.
ahead, bro.
This is Matthew's 5 and 15. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Right? So you can't, now you got the fire, you can't put it underneath a bushel.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when you start a fire, you want the fire to get bigger. Like after a while, it dies out. But eventually, you getting more and more food. You need more and more heat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this last one. It says, "Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glory your Father which is in heaven." Right? So that's basically that's your power. It said your glory. That's why, man. This is something that's worth fighting for in this world, this life, or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna get another one. That's Second Ezra. So this is Second Ezra 7, verse 18. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and hope for wide. And they that have done wickedly have suffered straight things, yet they have not seen the wide. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Because when you read the whole chapter, what is it talking about? That straight path, that straight gate that Yahweh Shai spoke about in Matthew 7. That's the spirit, right? Because what? Every single one of us as Israelites, because you were talking about the curses earlier, right?
Yeah.
Every single Israelite is going to put in some type of labor. Every single person. What was the curse in Genesis? By that sweat of thy face.
That brow.
Or that brow, right? We were going to eat off of the sweat of that brow, meaning we're all going to work, right? It said that the righteous shall suffer straight things, right? Can you reread that, bro?
Yeah.
So I'll just break it down real quick.
Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things.
Yeah, and that straight is STRAIT, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not straight like straight line. It's straight as in rough and rigorous. That's what that straight means, right? So even the righteous are going to suffer rough things, right? Keep going.
Yeah. For they that have done wickedly have suffered straight things.
Yeah, that means that even the wicked Israelites, they're suffering straight things too. They're also going through what they're going through as much as we are, right? So everybody's going to go through it as Israelites. But go ahead.
And yet shall not see the wide.
Yeah, because we was talking about the hot topic of the week, Kanye West, right? Because he's suffering straight things right now, right? But he ain't going to see the wide. Not on this side. He going to see... You go ahead, bro.
Hell no. Yeah, man. To see the wide. These people will never experience this, like, basically going through those straits just so you can get to the wide. That wide, that kingdom, that pure righteousness, is going to be amazing to, like, the feeling. You can't, it's really unimaginable for our brains because, like, when we get our new bodies, it's going to have a new brain. And we're going to be able to do things beyond our imagination.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cause what? The wide is the easy stuff. That's what that's talking about, right? So if we're all gonna suffer, right? They're not gonna see the wide because they're doing wickedness. Because what are they doing? They're laboring in wickedness. That's why scriptures say what? You're gonna sow what you reap, right? You're gonna reap what you sow. Salakia. Whatever you sow is what you're gonna reap, right? So we're putting in the work of what? Gathering the elect, going back to the harvest, and what? They're doing wickedness. The labor that they're putting in is towards wickedness, so they won't see the wide, but we will. We'll see the pure righteousness because we're suffering the straight things, putting in work to save the souls of the elect.
Right.
You know what I mean? To help save the souls of the elect, because we're not saving them ourselves, but we're doing the proper work to that. If I could grab this.
Yep.
Ecclesiastes 9 and 10, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest, right? So we have to give this thing our all. We have to give it all we got, pretty much, man. Because it's what? We're in the straight gate. So we have to go as hard as we possibly can for the Lord. The scriptures say that when you do for the Lord, basically it says keep pushing because you can never far exceed it. You can never go too far for the Lord. Right? Because we in the harvest, man. We over here trying to gather the elect, man. We out here trying to
stay strong.
Yeah. Staying strong for them. It goes hand in hand, suffering and doing the work, Got more, right?
I think Proverbs 19 and 15.
Yeah, let me grab that for you. Proverbs 19 and verse 15. It says, let me see real quick. Yeah, Proverbs 19 and 15. Slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger.
Yeah, and that's what it is. You reap what you sow.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna be slothful, it's gonna show.
Mm-hmm.
You may be a good worker here and there, but it's the consistency of being a good worker. Knowing the deadlines, the cutoff times.
Right.
And that's basically us. Knowing the cutoff time. We don't know exactly the cutoff time, but there's a turn-off time coming.
Right.
So a lot of these people they're gonna be screwed up, man. When there's no lights, no food to eat, but yet, we're gonna laugh when that calamity comes.
Mm-hmm. Come on, bro. Yeah, that's straight, man. Cause what it said that you're gonna suffer poverty. Ain't nothing worse than in that time when wisdom and knowledge is gonna be our stability. Ain't nothing worse than suffering is that spiritual poverty.
Because actually, when you read that and you go into that scripture is actually talking about famine.
Yeah.
And man. It's a good thing that we when it's time to fast, it's time to fast. Those days are coming to where you might not eat for 2 days. But right now it's like this place is it's defiled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to get this real fast, like that. So like, go ahead and say something, brother.
Come on, bro. Like what we read in I think it was Proverbs 19, right? Yeah, it says slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep. Right. What's slothful? The scriptures speak about the filthy stone, right? A slothful man is likened unto a filthy stone. And what? You'll be casted out. What happens is you're casted out. You put to death, basically. The Lord don't want no filthy stone. Cause what? When you're stagnant, something that's stagnant, it gets dirty, right? So that's what a slothful person does, man. All right. That's why because you mentioned you read that scripture. It said when you can't put your candle. Don't put your candle. What was it?
When you light a candle, you don't put it into a bushel.
Yeah. And what do the scriptures say about what we have to do? To be either cold or hot. No lukewarm. Because the Lord wants us to be hot, aka put in work. You know, the scriptures say what? Be fervent in spirit. You know, be not slothful. Don't be slothful in business, but be fervent in spirit. You know? Did you find scripture?
No.
Come on.
Nah, it's all good. But yeah, that's it, bro?
Is there more?
Nah, that was
We read them more?
Yep.
Shoot, then that's it, bro. You want to close it out?
All right, with that, you know, we hope you was edified or motivated in the spirit.
Yeah.
You know, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh.
You know, the honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the ones out there with the sincere faith of Yahushua. Ba'ashem, Yahushua.
Come on, Shalom.
Shalom.